Greetings on this Tuesday, February 10th, 2026. This is Kevin Jefferson, the curator of Trade Theory. This is the dollar index here. We have, as we spoke, I think, last week, that the dollar index actually hit our support level that we set on the 27th of January. It finally got down to that support level around the 27th of January. So actually right as we were looking at it, it was, kind of coming down. We had set that there beforehand, so we're really grateful that it kind of really stalled out right there, so that it legitimizes that support level. We had the resistance level on the same day set up here, and so price is at a really interesting intermediate point to where two things can possibly happen. The two most likely situations are the price continues back down and possibly stalls out at the mid to high 95 area, and then we see if it tries to go back and meet this resistance here, or price could continue pulling back to this resistance, where I would, if that happened, and based on the price action, maybe a day or so around that occurrence, would look to short the dollar again, and meaning that the dollar would continue to weaken. If it goes down and retests this level, then we're going to watch what happens after that retest. If price doesn't continue to close lower but bounces off of that level, we may look for some intermediate buys based on the higher time frame movement that's happened. So right now, just standing still on the dollar, it's performed as we thought it would, and we're just going to watch it play out and give us some more information on the next move. All right, we're going to move on to Tesla here. Tesla has hit our in that channel that I think I discussed a few weeks back. So now price has bounced off of that daily support level that we set on the 1st of January of this year. And so now what we're going to look at is, at this point, you'd be looking to buy into this if you'd gotten set a trade off in this level. But now what we're going to do is observe price. What I'm thinking is price will likely pull back and then give you maybe another possible entry for a buy. So we're just going to watch that, but would have been buying Tesla once it hit that daily support there and stalled out. So going to look for another pullback and a possible buy on Tesla, maybe around, let me see if I can try to get a level. It's not a lot here, but I'd say maybe at the 418.88 level, you could buy in if the price pull back a little bit. So Tesla is starting to should gain some momentum after a couple of days of pullback. We should look for Tesla to continue higher. Nvidia, let's see what's happened with Nvidia. So we had actually the price did hit the support level that we set on the 12th of January just a few days ago, and now it's back at the resistance level that we had on the 1st of January. So it's kind of created this channel. And so what I did was I created two areas of interest so that we could see what's going on. So at this point, you would be looking to say, okay, what should I be doing? If price was down here, I could see you buying in, but now the price is up here. You have to be mindful because price could continue higher. But so what I would say is I would wait to see if you sold here, then you'd have to just go ahead and set a stop above this highest price point up at around the 211 area. But what I do at this point, if I'm not in a current position, I would wait for price to eclipse the 192.83 and close above there. And if it did that, then I'd start to look for potential buy opportunities. And then if it proceeds up to close at the 194.58 area or higher, I'm definitely waiting for a pullback, and then I'm going to buy Nvidia. But right now it's kind of created a channel, and the best thing you could do at the top of the channel is obviously sell to the bottom of the channel. But what I'm going to do is something even better. I'm going to either let price come back to the bottom and give me a possible entry long, depending on what price does once it closes down here, or just let price continue to move higher, break above this channel, and then give us a good entry as it pulls back, and then taking it higher. So we're going to just stand aside right now, but we do have some areas of interest that we can watch to see what to do next. Okay, now proceeding over to Bitcoin. Here price has still been down on Bitcoin, but it's pulling back. Now we had our successful trade on that. So I've got a daily pullback point roughly just below the 75.220.04 area. So set that on the 6th of February. So we're waiting on price to retreat to that area, and then we look for a possible sell there. We don't know. We're just going to watch first and see if price hits that, and then see what the price action looks like. But that's a possible area where you could sell again on Bitcoin. I definitely see some downside opportunity on that. So I'm standing aside right now on Bitcoin. All right, WTI crude. So now we have the price is broken higher. We're going to set a buy hypothesis and set an entry point of 61.90, and then have price close out the trade at 54.81 if price gets back down here, and then have a short term take profit of 69.18 off of this trade. So if this gets initiated with price coming back and closing down or coming back to this area, then we buy in and look to see what we could catch off of this price action based on what we see. Okay, so we're back bullish on WTI crude after it has been so beneficial to us on the downside. We're so grateful, and we give bounty for all of the profits that you have given us, WTI crude. Thank you so much. All right, gold. Gold, I have a pullback point there. I was like, you probably missed it if you didn't have a buy order set back down here previously. You definitely want to just jump in here. So I'm thinking that price could pull back to the 46.6602 area, reset down to that area, and then I'd be comfortable buying in with the stop down here at the 40.4056 and a take profit up at the 53.9490. Not knowing what price would do up there, so that's a good healthy trade to take if price does come back down. Okay, so we're looking for a retreat and a buy on gold. All right, now moving on to the Dow Jones. Price did break a little higher on Dow Jones, so now we want to enter at the 49.213.96 with a stopping point of 47.980.32 and a take profit at 54.81.93. It's crazy. I remember when the Dow hit 10,000 and that was a big deal, and now the Dow's at 50,000. That's big. Anyway, all right, moving on to the Nasdaq. Same here. We're going to look for a buy opportunity. Really, we're there now for a little bit of a pullback to 25.148.40, and then we buy in with a stop loss of 23.4370 and a take profit of 27.02310, and that would actually eclipse past our extension point that we set in August of 2025, where we were thinking the price would get to 26.39530. So I know when I made that hypothesis, so that was back in August, so that goes back to right around here. Price was right in this area. It's hard to imagine that price would have gotten that high, but price has gotten that high in these months, and so that's where that's another testament to really good solid market analysis here. So definitely looking for a buy here and an extension a little higher beyond that as well. All right, and then wrapping up with the S&P 500. We've got price right here. It's still screwing around, but I definitely expect it to continue higher. It could pull back, but we're going to put a buy entry at 69.1685 and a stop out at 64.3525, and with a take profit of 73.9881, which goes beyond that max extension point that I set back in August of last year for the S&P, which was roughly the 72, about 72.4632, and that was August was right around here. So we were actually pulling back when we called that upward extension, and prices look like it's going to hit that sometime over the course of the year. So that's really awesome, just to know that we're headed in the right direction with things. Hope this has been beneficial to you. If you have any assets that you want to be analyzed, just shoot me a message in LinkedIn or wherever you're watching this video, and we'll see what we can do. All right, until next time, enjoy the day and happy trading.